Don't waste time. Time is very valuable, either materially or spiritually, as Srila Prabhupada pointed out several times. Even materially, Srila Prabhupada definitely wasn't a materialist, but he was expert in dealing with material things, and from his previous life as a businessman, he knew the value of time even in material matters. One thing you'll see about highly successful people materially is they don't waste time. They don't sit around watching cartoons on TV, for instance. I'm going to read from some of Srila Prabhupada's comments and from various Shastric quotes regarding utilization of time and intersperse that with a few comments of my own. It's a most important point. Okay, let's not spend any more time without getting right into it. Here's a quote from Srila Prabhupada's purport to Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 2, Text 3. Srila Prabhupada writes, "Since every second of human life is important, an enlightened man should be very careful to utilize time very cautiously. 1 second of human life wasted in the vain research of planning for happiness in the material world can never be replaced, even if one spends millions of coins of gold." Can you imagine millions? It's hard for us to imagine. Most people haven't even seen, well, I can say. Here in India, people see gold a lot. In the country I was born in this time around, keeping gold beyond a very tiny amount is illegal. The government won't let you keep gold. One coin of gold I saw, my father once showed me, he had a golden guinea. That's 1 pound and 1 shilling, I think. Millions of coins. Can you imagine stacking up millions of coins of gold? But even 1 second of human life wasted in planning for material happiness, you can't get it back. Once 1 second is gone, bring as much money as you like, you can't get it back. This statement of Srila Prabhupada here is, of course, based on a well-known statement of Chanakya Pandit, which Srila Prabhupada quoted, for instance, in his purport to Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 5, Text 19. The statement is as follows: Ayusha kshana ekopi nalabhya swarna koti bihi. So that literally means that 1 second, kshana means just a moment of your lifespan, even one, cannot be gained or purchased by hundreds and millions of gold coins. And the verse goes on, Nachain nirartakang niti ka chahanis tato dika. In this purport, Srila Prabhupada renders this as follows: even a moment of one's lifetime could not be returned in exchange for millions of dollars. Therefore, one should consider how much loss one suffers if he wastes even a moment of his life for nothing, living like an animal, not understanding the goal of life. One foolishly thinks that there is no eternity and that his lifespan of 50, 60, or at the most 100 years is everything. This is the greatest foolishness. So we know from the Yaksha Prashna section of Mahabharata the most amazing thing that was described by Yudhishthira Maharaj. Ahani ahani bhutani gachandiha yamalayam shesha stavara icchanti kimascharyam ataf param. What is more amazing than this in the whole world? That people are dying. So many are dying every day. But those who in this life have not yet died are desiring and living their lives as if they're going to live forever. So Srila Prabhupada, in this explanation of this Charnakya verse, blends in a touch of that here in describing Kachahanis tato dikha. Is Charnakya states that what is a greater loss than this? What is a greater loss than the loss of time spent nirarthakam, without any real meaning? And Srila Prabhupada also says, this is the greatest foolishness. So we have the greatest amazing thing, the greatest foolishness, and the greatest loss, all encompassed in Srila Prabhupada's explanation of this verse. On my laptop desktop, I have a statement to myself. Life is short, don't waste time. Srila Prabhupada said something very similar. This life is short, don't waste time is based on a statement that Srila Prabhupada made in a lecture in Los Angeles in 1972. Srila Prabhupada said, don't waste a single moment. This should be your life's policy. Now, of course, our life's policy should be to chant Hare Krishna and serve Krishna, but within that policy, you could say a sub-policy of don't waste a single moment. Time management. There's so many books on time management, how to stop procrastinating, for instance, that's part of time management. In Gita, Lord Krishna also says, Dirgha Sutri. He refers to a procrastinator as being in the mode of ignorance. There are time management courses, sessions, seminars, books, lessons. People spend time about how to manage their time because they think that time is money, because they think that money is the most important thing. But time will take away whatever money you have, the money that you gain by investing your time. Either it's going to leave you gain money and then you lose it. You become very rich and then overnight you lose it all. Anyway, if it doesn't leave you, what's the point of having it? If you just stack up money as a miser, what's the point? So either the money is going to leave you or you're going to leave it behind when you die. So all these time management courses without understanding what time should be utilized for, it's all another exhibition of foolishness. Material consciousness means foolishness. Time management, yeah, the right idea that time should be spent properly or utilized for something useful, but it's the wrong application because they don't know what the proper use of time is. Our time, our whole life is meant for, in the words of Lord Krishna, nishraya, the ultimate benefit. As Lord Krishna states, Labdva sudurlabhamidang bahusambhavante manusham arthadam anityam apiha dhira turnam yatejanapatadanumritya yavan nishrayasaya vishaya kalu. sarvata syat. Lord Krishna reminds us or informs us, if we don't know, that we who are in human bodies have attained this human body after many, 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 many births. And that this human life is arthadam. It can give us actual benefit. Artha can mean money. We can spend our life trying to get money. Or it can mean value, meaning. In human life, we can actually pursue the purpose of life, which is not possible in other forms of life. But Lord Krishna wants us in this verse, anityam, just in a second, life can be finished. And in just a few seconds, it's not that many. It's not long before you're going to die. Even if someone's born, they're just born now and they're going to live 100 years. It's not very long. Therefore, we should soberly consider what to do with our life and act quickly. Turnam means immediately. Yateta, should endeavor. We should immediately endeavor before we die, knowing that we are going to die, to attain the ultimate benefit of life and not waste our time in sense gratification, because that is available wherever we go in the universe. We're all space travelers. We're going from body to body, planet to planet, wasting our time, wasting our lives in sense gratification. Srila Prabhupada, speaking on March the 15th, 1968, said, today, 15th of March, 1968, now it is 7:35, gone. As soon as it is 7:36, you cannot bring that back. 1968, 15th March, evening, 7:35 again, even if you pay millions of dollars. Please come back again. No, finished. So Charnakya Pandit says, time is so valuable that if you pay millions of golden coins, you cannot get back even a moment. What is lost for good. If you have such valuable time and you spoil it for nothing without any profit, just imagine how much you are losing, how greatly you are the loser. Again, Srila Prabhupada said in Los Angeles, or writing from Los Angeles, on the 16th of August, 1972, if you really want to achieve the goal of your life, then become very serious to always pursue it at every moment and not be distracted by anything false. Now again, this advice could be given to materialistic people also. Focus. Don't be distracted. Become very serious. Pursue it at every moment. However, materialism is foolishism. We should utilize our time to be Krishna conscious. In another letter, Srila Prabhupada wrote, our time is very short. We have to finish our Krishna consciousness during our lifetime, and we should not waste a single moment for anything else. Just consider, we have this opportunity, Krishna consciousness. Generally, it takes many, many lifetimes to come to Krishna consciousness and to perfect it. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavang mang prapadyate vasudeva sarvam iti samahatma sudurlabhaha. Lord Krishna informs us that after many, many lifetimes, someone who's trying to get real knowledge of the meaning of life can come to the conclusion that the meaning is Krishna. Krishna is all in all, and then surrenders to Krishna. But such a great soul, Krishna says, is very rare. And here, by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, conveyed to us by Srila Prabhupada, we have the opportunity, just in one lifetime. It may take more, but we should try to finish up in this one life, as Srila Prabhupada also said. It's a great opportunity. Don't waste time. Another quote from Srila Prabhupada. This is from his purport to Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 7, Text 46, in which he quotes from the Vishnu Purana. Sahanis tan mahach chidram samoha sacha vibramaha yan muhurtam kshanang vapi vasudevam nachintayet. If even for a moment remembrance of Vasudeva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is missed, that is the greatest loss, that is the greatest illusion, and that is the greatest anomaly. From Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 27, Text 3 purport. The greatest loss in life is passing time without understanding Krishna. Every moment of our lives should be utilized properly. And the proper use of life is to increase devotional service to the Lord. Without devotional service to the Lord, the activities of life become simply a waste of time. The term used in Chaitanya Charitamrita, in the Nectar of Devotion, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, is avyartha kalatvam, which means not wasting time on useless things. It's one of the symptoms of a devotee who has developed to the level of bhava bhakti. They don't want to waste any time in anything except Krishna's service. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's also stated, Krishna sambandha bina kala beta nahi jai. Not a moment should be lost. Every moment should be utilized for Krishna or connected with him. In the Nectar of Devotion, Srila Prabhupada explains this not wasting time, one of the symptoms of a devotee on the level of bhava. Srila Prabhupada writes, an unalloyed devotee who has developed ecstatic love for Krishna is always engaging his words in reciting prayers to the Lord. Within the mind, he is always thinking of Krishna, and with his body, he either offers obeisances by bowing down before the deity or engages in some other service. During these ecstatic activities, he sometimes sheds tears. In this way, his whole life is engaged in the service of the Lord, with not a moment wasted on any other engagement. In his purport to Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 6, Text 17, Srila Prabhupada writes, a Krishna-conscious person cannot bear to pass a minute of his life without being engaged in the service of the Lord. Therefore, his sleeping is kept to a minimum. His ideal in this respect is Srila Rupa Goswami, who was always engaged in the service of Krishna and who could not sleep more than 2 hours a day, and sometimes not even that. Thakur Haridas would not even accept prasadam, nor even sleep for a moment, without finishing his daily routine of chanting with his beads 300,000 times. Again, Srila Prabhupada writes, this is from a Chaitanya Charitamrita purport, a Vaishnava must be very alert not to waste even a second of his valuable lifetime. Srila Prabhupada himself was the exemplar of this. How did he manage to do so much for Krishna in such a short time? If he had even only produced so many books, that would have been an amazing achievement. If he did it in a whole lifetime, but he did it, most of his books came out in just the last 12 years, And then he preached all over the world. He met so many people. He traveled extensively. He was busy. It didn't come about just by thinking about it. He was very busy. He would not sleep much. He was working very hard. I see some devotees who, as soon as they get a spare moment, they're reading. It's facilitated by this having the books. I'm talking about reading about Krishna, reading Srila Prabhupada's books. It's facilitated by reading the books on the phone. You can just open it and read for, if you have 2 minutes waiting for something, you can immediately read it. Two of the most productive devotees among the followers of Srila Prabhupada, they got a lot of things done in their lifetime, was Gopal Krishna Maharaj. He was like a workaholic. He was busy, busy, busy. He got so much done. He didn't waste time. Another, he's still with us, not so active now due to health reasons. His health is seriously depleted, no doubt. One reason being his incredible hard work for so many years. Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. He traveling, preaching, day and night. We should consider not to waste our time, even for a moment. And most people waste their whole life. Whole life is just wasted. You got a human life. Manusha janama paya radha krishna nabhajya janiya suniya bisha kainu. Narottam Das Thakur, who was himself one of the greatest examples of pure devotional service, fully engaged in Krishna's service, but he laments and in this way instructs us, saying that my whole life I didn't worship Radha and Krishna. Therefore, it's just like knowingly drinking poison. Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 3, Text 17. Ayur harati vaipung sam udyan astang chayanasau tasyarte yakshano nita utamashloka vartaya. Both by rising and by setting, the sun decreases the duration of life of everyone, except one who utilizes the time by discussing topics of the all-good personality of Godhead. An extract from Srila Prabhupada's purport. This verse indirectly confirms the greater importance of utilizing the human form of life to realize our lost relationship with the Supreme Lord by acceleration of devotional service. Time and tide wait for no man. So the time indicated by the sunrise and the sunset will be uselessly wasted if such time is not properly utilized for realizing identification of spiritual values. Even a fraction of the duration of life wasted cannot be compensated by any amount of gold. Human life is awarded to a living entity, jiva, simply so that he can realize his spiritual identity and his permanent source of happiness. So you see, again and again, Prabhupada is making the point often with this example of any amount of gold. A Vaishnav poet, Premananda Thakur, has stated, Shravana Kirtana Karo Anukarna Ashata Pachala Chari Kahe Premananda Manusha Jivana Shafala Karo Nabhari. Hear and chant about Krishna. I'm giving a translation. Hear and chant about Krishna incessantly. Giving up all useless talk, blah, 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 this, that, blah, 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 blah. Premananda says that this human form of life, make it successful. Don't delay. Don't waste time. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.